Hi there and welcome to another video from me, the history tutor, and in this video I'm looking at the Edexcel iGCSE topic of the superpower relations in the Cold War, and we're looking at the Hungarian Uprising of 1956. So I'm going to talk you through the key content, so you revise your knowledge and do use my revision guide to help you work through a skill around the Hungarian crisis. You'll find an exam question in the revision guide and a video to tutor you through how to answer the question successfully. So now let's revise our key knowledge. What are the causes of the Hungarian Uprising? So we need to start with the creation of the Warsaw Pact. So in response to the creation of NATO in 1949, and obviously the threat of a remilitarized Western Germany and the threat of NATO, of course, as a whole, the USSR created the Warsaw Pact. This was created in Warsaw, in Poland, and the USSR and the 7 Eastern Bloc members all signed this alliance of collective security to look after one another. Also added into the mix of this is de-Stalinization. So in February 1956, Khrushchev gave his secret speech to the Communist Party. This criticised Stalin for his terror and for his mass murders and his crimes, and revealed all the problems of the Stalinist regime. Khrushchev set out a vision that Russia would be a better place than America. They would try and catch up with the West and have a great life and full communism with full equality and this wonderful idealistic existence. He also set out a vision of peaceful coexistence with the West as well. So he is setting a vision of leading without terror but with great lives for the people. The impact of de-Stalinization, though, is maybe different to what Khrushchev expected. Many people liked his speech, but leaders in the Eastern Bloc who owed their rule to the power of Stalin and were very much Stalinistic leaders, they were coming under threat from people who wanted more freedom, wanted to follow the ideas of Khrushchev in their Eastern Bloc countries. So in Hungary, this led to student protests against Rákosi, the Stalinist leader of Hungary. Also, problems developed in Poland. So in June 1956, strikes by Polish workers in Poznan led to the Soviets appointing Gomulka as their new leader. He introduced Polish freedom and better conditions for Polish workers, so it's a more of a freedom-based communist regime. There was no full democracy there, but people felt like they had a bit more freedom. In Hungary, inspired by the Polish Feds, protesters called for Rákosi to be sacked. He was replaced by Zsiro. He was seen as a bit more of a socialist leader rather than a Stalinist leader. But protests continued to grow. Russian soldiers and tanks were attacked in the streets, and people demanded the Russian army leave. They didn't want this terror control and threatening control anymore. Russian soldiers fired on some of the protesters in the chaos, and Zsiro was removed and replaced by Imre Nagy. He was definitely seen as a much more liberal socialist, obviously a communist still, but a liberal socialist communist. So Nagy started to call for calm, and his reforms began. He made a new government with a mix of socialists and communists. With peace restored by Nagy, he managed to get the Russian tanks and soldiers to leave Budapest in October 1956. Then on the 1st of November, Nagy announced that Hungary would leave the Warsaw Pact and become an independent communist nation, a bit like maybe Tito's Yugoslavia. However, on the 4th of November, Khrushchev was not accepting this, so he sent in the tanks into Budapest to crush what he saw as an uprising, and Nagy was removed from power and executed. So what's the impact of this? Think about question 3 maybe and how you have to explain the impact of things in your bullet point questions. So here's some impact of the Hungarian Uprising. So peaceful coexistence was very much a failure then in Hungary. Khrushchev had used violence to control, and Nagy's reforms had weakened the Eastern Bloc. Khrushchev had to resort to Stalinist repression now. His reputation was badly impacted. Many of Nagy's supporters were killed in the streets by the Red Army. Communist hardliner Kadar was placed in charge of Hungary, so got this reduction even more of Khrushchev's ideas of freedom and more liberal communism. The United Nations of the West did nothing though. They were distracted by Suez, which was Britain, France, and Israel invading Egypt. And also it showed that they respected the Soviet sphere of influence in the Eastern Bloc and they were not going to get involved, which might then link you to something like the Prague Spring in the 1960s, that the West was not going to get involved in supporting protests within the Eastern Bloc. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you found that useful and you revised your knowledge. And if you did, then do take a look through my revision guide, see if there's an exam question you can practice on this skill, or move on through my playlist of YouTube videos to help you revise this topic and practice your skills through my tutoring videos. Okay, so do subscribe and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.